What is the benefit of having a contract? The benefit of restarting a contract or getting a contract is to make sure it's to put you in a better state of mind financially. So if you're struggling now with the 5 to 9 job, traveling, it doesn't matter if you're LPN, RN, CNA, phlebotomist, EKG, the healthcare titles. Having a contract is better. You can open a business. You can go and travel if you like to travel the world, or you can pay off debt that you need to pay off. Buy a new house, put a house down payment for a house, buy a car, pay bills like I said before, buy a whole lot of clothes that you always say you wanted. Do everything that you had want to do on your bucket list. And in this bucket list is whatever that you desire to have within that bucket list, or whatever you had dreamed of you want to go or travel to. This money will help. Or invest in it. Yes, to say you need a contract for 40 hours. It's a 10-week contract. And your 10-week contract, it depends whatever state it is. In this 10-week contract, you have your 40 hours. And you only bring in a 10-week 14,800. But your payment is the $1,480. So times that by 10, when that 10 weeks, that's what you'll be bringing home. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-week, a 13-week, or an 8 weeks. Once you're done with your contract, that's your money. You can do whatever you desire to do with it. Buy a house, buy a car, buy some clothes, pay bills off, travel with it. Doesn't matter. It's yours. You work hard for it. But the other side of this, when we did these contracts before, when the flu season came in, or when COVID came in, we used to get bonus with our contract. So we would be done with it, or when you're about to start a contract, we used to have a bonus. So if your contract is the $1,480, half of that payment, you got your housing and you got your meals. Plus, they throw in another $500 bonus because it was that desperate needed. There was a bonus, even though your bonus will be $1,515. You'll get half now, and when you get paid again, you mark off. Your last chump sum is when you're done with your contract. So you got your 500 now. I said 15, didn't I? Okay, yeah. So you got your 5 now when you're about to get paid, when you just started off. So your first check that you get, you will see additional 500 on there. The other 1,000, they're making it small limpices as you get paid. But if it's another $500 left, yeah, that's right. That last $500 is when you're done with your contract. And sometimes the facility throw in maybe another $250. It depends. It really depends. That was the good problem. That was the benefit. Like, I'm gonna make some money, but I'm gonna get some money on top of some money. And then to make it even top it all off, it doesn't matter how many. If some facilities had overtime, so they needed that help. It was like a desperate, thirsty need. I needed that help with that facility. Like, if you only just did your 5 to 8 or your 3 to 6, your money is more than what you bring at home. That was the benefit about it. The benefit of that, you can work as much hours that you want because you're doing a contract. Sometimes you don't see the bonus because you overwork your overtime. So you have holiday pay with that. You have your regular pay, whatever it was within this contract, holiday pay, and then even overtime. So your holiday and your overtime pay is the same because I think I made a last video. My holiday pay was $25. And my overtime pay was $25 too. 40 hours is my full time. So I passed my 40 hours. My checks was looking lovely. Plus I have that bonus on top. That was my money. Once I started looking at these checks, I had to reallocate, like, I need to do this more often. But since COVID is gone, not too many facilities doing bonus now as we speak. No. You're going to ask to see if they're doing bonus, if they're offering any bonus. But not most of them saying no because they only need bonus for the people they hired. So that's somewhat the benefit about it. Is depends where you working at. It doesn't matter whatever you working at in the state, in the 50 states, you was getting a bonus. You was getting a bonus because that facility needs you. Nurses got bonus. LPNs got bonus. I'm not for sure about the pharmacy techs or the phlebotomists or the EKG, but I'm pretty sure they probably got bonus too because they was needed as well. But for the LPNs and RNs and CNAs, there was always a bonus on top of the pay, with the pay. Because the facility needed. Long-term care was needed. Hospital acute care was always needed for us. That's the benefit about it. The benefit about it is that we can make some money out here and live that luxury life that we want to live. But since money as it is now, it's almost like chump change. Like chump change. There's a need, but that's not like a desperate need like it was. Because you're not giving me what I want, and then within these contracts as well, you give me one without the other one. Or you memorize, you give me the meals. You give me housing, but not the meals as well, since some of these contracts look like that. Or you're low pay of certain ones, like you're pay low for the meals and the housing. It's not that I'm for the struggle with it, it's just some of these facilities also as well, you're not even getting overtime. If you ask us even overtime, the travel say yes, because they know somebody that just left there, or some people there now. By the time you get there, there's no overtime. But that's the benefit about it. The benefit is that you can make some money off of this. The sad part of it is they're not really offering any bonuses that much. And then if we want to speak on even bonus, we want to talk also about healthcare. When you get that contract, and they ask you, do you want any healthcare from them, you can't even get the healthcare. Why? Because when you start your contract, once that contract ends, you can't even use your insurance. Because once that contract ends, your insurance ends. No. So whoever they make us up bad, it depends also what type of insurance they have. And it's always going to cost you so much. Like, I just need health insurance and I'm going to pay, I think that one says $350. That's like some of my money that I'm trying to stack up. 2, I'm paying rent from 2 different places. My main house, I got to pay rent or a mortgage, or somewhere I'm living at for the time being to the contract end, I still got to maintain and paying rent there. just rent, but still, I gotta make sure I got a cell phone. I gotta make sure I can put gas in the car if I have a rental. If I'm for the Uber, that way. And some of these recruiters also want you to drive your car from here to there. And sometimes it's not always good to get a rental. There's different codes that you can use. And sometimes these codes or these 10 or 20% does not make a difference when you're doing it. Even including the hotels, if you are in these Airbnbs, most of them too, they used to do subleases. There's no more subleases. Everybody actually paying. So if you're in the Airbnb in a 2-bedroom, you actually paying that $1,100 for to stay there. I need a roommate. We for split this in half. What, $675 a piece? You pay $675 and I pay $675. That's probably not right, but you know. I said 11, right? Yeah, I was a little over. $650 really. So that was the benefit of it. Just to have that lump sum. Just to have all my debt or all my problems be taken care of. I don't have to worry about the job or not even the job. I won't have to worry about I'm trying to get out of debt because I'm struggling from pay A to pay B. I have a contract. This contract that helps. That was the benefit about it. That's the benefit of everybody doing a contract. Some of us. To get out of debt. To travel to that state that we always want to go to. Eat different foods. Even though we can have vacation, you could be staff and say, I can still go here, but look how hard you gotta work. If I'm on a contract, I already got my money already. See, I just made it up already. In 3 checks, I'm good. I got my housing, some eat, and a rental. I'm good. But in the midst of all of this, it's not the same like it was before. Could we wish it can come back and we can make it, just make the money? Trust me, yes. Because I was living my best life. Living my best life. Them lovely checks was lovely. But in reality, nobody don't want to pay that because they've taken a lot of cut off of it. And 2, they was losing a lot of patience. And then being in acute care settings, depends on what department or what unit you was on, you was working by yourself. No supplies. That's another thing. Like, you have to hunt for supplies. Towel, soap, sheets, nightgown, briefs, chucks. Hoyer not charged up. Like you would have to hunt. It was chaotic, but it was doable, but it was more chaotic. It was frustrating and stressful and irritated, complaining. But there was not like a team. Because management was, and like they didn't want to come in at all. Well, I should say they didn't come in at all. The few facilities that I was at, because management didn't come in as much. It's like what you got is what you got. So, yeah, that's the benefit of it. Living your best life with that contract. But at the end of it, there was bonus. Money was good. Compared to now, Depends what state you go to. And if it's not a desperate need, like a crisis need, it's not even really worth it. But yeah, that's the benefit of it, having a contract. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all take care of yourself.